The dog never barked, never cried, never asked for food. Every winter, he simply returned to the same train station and waited. Nobody knew where he came from. Nobody knew who he belonged to. But every night at exactly 11:43 p.m., the lonely dog sat beside Platform 7 and stared at the arriving trains. Passengers noticed him for years. Some tried feeding him, others tried taking him home. But the dog always escaped and returned to the station before midnight. An old station worker named Samuel watched the dog longer than anyone else. For nearly 12 winters, he saw the animal sitting silently beneath the flickering station lights. Snow, rain, storms. Nothing stopped him. One freezing December night, Samuel finally decided to follow the dog after the station closed. The dog walked slowly through empty streets covered in snow. Its paws left soft prints beneath the pale moonlight. Samuel stayed far behind, careful not to scare it away. After almost 30 minutes, the dog stopped in front of an abandoned house near the edge of town. The windows were broken. The roof had partially collapsed. The place looked forgotten by time itself. The dog quietly entered through a damaged doorway. Samuel hesitated for a moment before stepping inside. Dust filled the air. The wooden floor creaked beneath every step. Then he noticed old photographs scattered across the ground. One picture immediately caught his attention. It showed a young soldier kneeling beside the same dog many years earlier. Both looked happy. Samuel picked up the photo carefully. The date written on the back froze his blood. 1989. That was over 20 years ago. Confused, Samuel searched the rest of the house. Inside a small bedroom, he found military medals, letters, and newspaper articles. The soldier's name was Daniel Harper. According to the newspapers, Daniel had died during a war overseas. Samuel slowly looked back toward the dog sitting silently near the fireplace. The animal stared at the front door, as if waiting for someone to enter, waiting for someone who never came home. The next morning, Samuel shared the story with the town. Within days, people from across the country visited the station. Some brought food, others brought blankets and toys. But the dog cared about none of it. Every night, he still waited beside Platform 7, always staring at the arriving trains, always searching the crowd. As years passed, the dog became famous online. People called him the ghost dog of Platform 7. Millions followed his story, but nobody truly understood why he never gave up hope. Then came the worst winter storm the town had seen in decades. Snow covered the roads. The wind screamed through the empty station. Even the trains stopped running. For the first time in years, the dog was gone. Samuel spent the entire night looking through the town. Near sunrise, he finally discovered paw prints leading toward the old abandoned house. Fresh snow covered everything else. Heart pounding, Samuel followed the tracks. When he entered the house, silence filled the darkness. The fireplace was cold. The dog was nowhere to be seen. Then Samuel noticed something strange near the doorway. There were two sets of footprints in the snow. One belonged to the dog. The other belonged to a man wearing heavy military boots. The tracks walked side by side into the frozen forest beyond the house, and then disappeared completely. Nobody ever saw the dog again, but every winter, station workers still whisper the same story to new passengers. They say loyalty is stronger than death. And somewhere beyond the snow and darkness, a soldier finally came back for his best friend.